Since 1973, the North Avenue Presbyterian Church Endowment has provided funding for ministries that benefit our community both inside and outside the walls of our church. Seeds that were planted long ago are bearing fruit. These seeds, and seeds planted now and in the future, will continue to bear fruit for generations to come. One of these ministries bearing fruit is Comet House in Kenya, East Africa.
So what was it like growing up in Kenya?
I grew up in a family of 4. I had 2 brothers and 1 sister. I was the eldest of 4. My brothers and I shared the same room. My sister was lucky to have her own. The village was kind of small, but very highly populated. I'd say we were lucky to have food most nights, cup of tea for breakfast. It was hard. It was hard. Sometimes I had shoes, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I had a coat on and sometimes I didn't. But again, it's all relative because there are other people that I knew were worse than we were. Fast forward, I graduate from high school. My dad said, "I've got 3 kids behind you, no money for college." So I joined the military and I was able to get a short vocational training. Got an employment which wasn't paying a lot, but it was better than nothing.
What were you doing?
I was working at a hospital doing maintenance. And while I worked at Kikuyu Hospital, my first job was cleaning before I went to maintenance. I met this lady from Florida, and after a few days of talking, she offered to bring me to the United States and would pay for my tuition. She helped me through the whole process. I came here, went to school. I graduated from Kennesaw State with a degree in business. I worked for Coca-Cola for a little bit, and then I worked for the Atlanta Journal, and I've been with IBM now for over 15 years.
So what is Comet House and why did you start it?
Comet House started in 2014. That's when we finished the construction of the building. The children moved in that same year. It has since evolved into a school. When we started, we had 15 boys in-house. Now we have 80 students, 40 of whom are not paying tuition. And the idea is to break generational cycles of poverty, where you see in these families without an education, they go back into the same thing over and over. So the idea with Comet House was to provide a place where we could start breaking those cycles.
Could you think of a student in particular that you could describe for us how Comet House helped him?
Dennis grew up in the same village that I grew up, and he was raised by a single mother who was working 60 hours a week, making about $100 a month. He did very well in high school, got accepted to college, but he couldn't go. So Dennis approached Comet House, and it took us 2 years to find the money, but we did. In fact, some people from North Avenue participated in raising money for his tuition. Dennis went to school, he graduated, he did his internship. He is now employed, working at a hospital. His degree was in clinical medicine. He has now, a year into his first job, built a new house for his mother. And he's getting married in April. And I see Dennis starting a family and having kids and making sure they're going to be well educated because he can afford it, and he also knows the benefit of education.
He broke the cycle.
He broke the cycle. And that is what we aspire to do with every child that comes through Comet House.
So what are your plans for the future for Comet House?
Well, we are now up to 3rd grade. I want to go up to 12th grade. So at some point, hopefully we have 300 to 400 children that will benefit from the education there.
We know that the endowment has already contributed towards your emergency vehicle. Now how can the congregation help?
It takes about $1,200 a year to support a teacher. $500 educates a child for an entire year, which includes a warm meal at school and a snack and other activities. There are other things, like if somebody wanted to give a classroom, you can do that. We need money for furniture for every new classroom we have, equipment and technology. We don't charge those students for any supplies, so those are things that we usually need. Actually, one of our visions is to build a library at some point, and those are individual things that people can pick and choose according to how they are able to help. But all these things will help us accomplish our vision for Comet House.
For nearly 50 years, the North Avenue Presbyterian Church Endowment has been funding ministries who need our assistance. We would be honored if you would pray about partnering with us so that these ministries could continue to bear fruit beyond today and beyond us. And now you can join our Imagine the Future matching gift opportunity. For more information, go to napc.org/endowment or email us at endowment@napc.org. Thank you.